Hello, Dad. This is Jay Warren. This is the Dadhood Journey podcast, and today's topic is this: coffee, coffee, coffee. Let's do it.
Hi, my name's Nico, and you're listening to my dad, Jay Warren. This is the Dadhood Journey podcast. Thanks for listening. Pretty good. Now can we listen to it?
Yep. So, Dad, today is a very big coffee day for me. I am dragging, and I've been dragging a lot lately, and it's something I just really need to switch around. Yes, there's been tons of stress, so I haven't been sleeping great. But another major thing that's going on is we are really trying to get Nico to stay in bed and stay asleep past 6 a.m. With very little success. So in the middle of the night, he's coming to me. I'm putting him back in bed. Once he goes right back to sleep, the next time he comes around, I put him back into bed, and he usually is like, "Where are you going? Like, stay here." And so I get into bed and I fall asleep with him, or sometimes I fall asleep with him, and if I do, then an hour later I wake up and then I go back to my bed. It's just a lot of interrupted sleep, and I can't remember the last time I slept through the night. It's been tough these last times. We're trying all kinds of things with getting the diaper off of Nico in the middle of the night or in the nights, as well as staying in bed. So I have turned to coffee, and I've been drinking a lot of coffee. It works. It gives me a lift. But what I wanted to talk about today is some health information about coffee that I'll pass on to you. It's general advice. It's not specific advice that I got from two practitioners I consulted with a couple weeks ago. I had a workup by a naturopath, homeopath that I work with, just kind of go over a lot of different things. And then another chiropractor that I see that's very nutritionally oriented, was picking her brain on a bunch of different things and said two different things as far as like the coffee. Obviously the reason why I'm drinking coffee is because I'm tired, and the fix for that is to not be tired. So the sleeping and everything like that needs to get dialed in. But with the coffee use, one suggestion I'd had, because what I'd do is I'd wake up in the morning, have at least a cup, if not 2 cups of coffee before I ate anything, and that blast to the system is really harsh on the system. So one suggestion was to have protein before you have any coffee at all. The protein in the system will help balance the system. It helps balance blood sugar spikes, rather than it going and just squeezing the adrenals that coffee does. And that's why you get that lift, right, along with the caffeine. The other suggestion I had was to do bulletproof coffee in the morning if I was going to do anything. If you're not familiar with bulletproof coffee is essentially a cup of coffee, but you put in a bunch of butter and MCT oil, medium chain triglyceride oil, like coconut oil, or you can buy specific MCT oil. I put a little cinnamon in with it as well, and you blend it up. So all of that fat that's in it helps balance your system as well. The bulletproof people will talk about that you really even use that as a meal replacement in the morning, in that all of the there's a lot of calories in it as far as fat, not as much as a breakfast meal, depending on what you're eating. But you can have a bulletproof coffee in the morning, and they say it'll satiate you all the way till lunch, and then you can start eating at lunch. I've experimented with that. I have not found that to be true. I don't know if they're having a lot more bulletproof coffee than I am, but the one that I'm making, it tastes really good. It's really creamy. It's not buttery. It tastes kind of like a latte. and with the cinnamon, it's really good. But I don't find that I can get to lunch, and so that makes a problem for me mid-morning when I'm seeing patients and I'm starving. And if lunchtime is my time to work out, I'm starving at lunch and I want to eat rather than go and work out. And if I eat, then I'm not going to work out as hard or at all because I got a full belly. But with either of those suggestions, it's really in order to kind of like balance the adrenaline and the cortisol spikes, as well as my blood sugar, through that taking in that much caffeine in the middle of the day, or in the morning. And then in the middle of the day, they were both suggesting to either switch to decaf to help break that habit, or to green tea. Now, green tea has caffeine in it. I don't think it has as much caffeine in it as a cup of coffee, but it does have caffeine. But the green tea folks will say that caffeine's caffeine, that molecule is the same, but the chemical makeup of the tea is easier on your system. It's not as harsh, and it's not as acidic, obviously, as coffee beans are. So it's easier on your system that way. I do remember a time way back when I was switching over to green tea. It took a while because I love the taste of coffee. It's that, and I love super dark coffee. So that taste was hard to get used to because green tea is obviously a lot weaker. But I was able to do it, and I did like the mode that I was in with the green tea. But I haven't gotten to that part yet. So I'm doing more of having protein, and then I'm trying to do bulletproof, and then just not be as dependent on it in the middle of the day. Honestly, like even this week, kind of examining myself, the midday coffee that I'd have was really habit. It was kind of like a treat in the middle of the day, thinking I needed a little lift to go do afternoon patients and the like. So that is something that that habit I can definitely break. But I just wanted to put that out to you guys if that helps you. If you're a big coffee drinker, those suggestions could help you as well. It wasn't something that was specific to my system that if you do might screw yourself up, in a health advice sense. It's more just kind of general to help. So check out the Bulletproof world if you haven't already. It's a huge world. There are a lot of big advocates of that, and then protein as well. And so that's what I wanted to share with you today. A couple tidbits that might help you with your caffeine habit if you've got a kiddo that's not sleeping, especially in the newborn realm. Gosh, I remember those first months. Those were tough months, Dad. I remember. You'll get through them. And now this kind of new sleep training is just taking its toll. But anyway, I hope that helps for you guys. For the next time, make sure you take care of yourself, take good care of your family, and we'll connect on the next episode.
I hope you enjoyed that episode. You can hang out with other dads in our Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, search for the Dadhood Journey, and apply to get in. See you there, and see you on the next episode. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Perfect.
Here we go, Dan.